afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Anyway, this is Cash Envelope King, and today is November 2025, and we're doing another budget with my payday, which I've just received today. Okay, so the whole purpose of this channel is just showing people how to budget, um, get out of debt, and use envelope systems just to give you some more peace of mind. Because when you tell your money where to go, your money will never leave you. Okay, but obviously, if you don't plan where your money is going to go, just be sure that money's going to make a plan for you, and it's going to spend the money in ways that you may have opted other ways if you had made a budget. So, as I've just been paid, I'm just about to budget my paycheck. And today, I received £3,432.07. That's my take home. Okay. All right. I've got a student loan that I had to pay. Student loan is £199 this month. Okay, every month it varies depending on my income. So like last month I paid £172. This month as I made more, I paid more. Okay. Now this is the purpose, like I said about this channel, is just showing you how to budget your money. Because last month I took home more money, I took home less money, yeah, but at the bottom line I'm gonna be left with less money, all because of debt. And let me explain how. Anyway, I'll explain more later. Anyway, student loan, £199. We've got one debtor. We've got so many debtors. Debtor one, I had to pay them £19.99. I spent some food at Nando's. Okay, that was £46.35. I went grocery shopping, just a quick Sainsbury's trip. Let me try and write a bit clearer so it's good for you and good for me as well. Okay. Another debtor. Most of my money goes towards debt. It's crazy. But this is the purpose of the channel. Watch me get out of debt, and hopefully you can follow and do the same things and get yourself out of debt as well. So that one I paid £5. Okay. And the good thing about the tools I'm going to show you, I'm going to send you for free if you want them. I haven't got it on my links yet, but I will add the links to my description soon. And basically, it's just telling your creditors how much you're going to pay. Because obviously, creditors' job is to cause you stress and headache and pain and whatever. And they start telling you what they want from you or how much you're going to pay. But that's not how it's meant to be. It's your money. You work for your money. Yeah? And the purpose of your money is to make sure you and your family are sorted, or yourself is sorted. And then what's left over, you save. And then what's left over, you pay to your creditors. But what the creditors will have you believing is that you work throughout the month, and then they're going to tell you how much you pay. So let's say you had a car, they're going to tell you, I need £600 a month. I need £400 a month. I need £500 a month. No, that's not what's going to happen here. You're going to tell them how much you're going to pay. And I've got the tools that I will add to the description. Give me a couple of days or so and I can give it to you for free. That you're going to tell them how much you're going to pay. Because the whole purpose of debt and credit is to loan money. But if you're following my page, the whole purpose of it is not loaning any more money. Is the money borrowing? The borrower is slave to the lender, and it's the borrowing that's getting us in trouble. Like I said, I took home this month 32.07. Last month I took home 3,098, but this month I'm worse off than last month, and I'm going to explain I'm going to explain more later on. So anyway, that's debtor two. Okay, that was £5 we paid. I need to get myself one of them props so I can keep the phone steady. But anyway, let's carry on. Gym, we're paying $38.99. Income protection. This is another good tool. Again, I do have if you're in the UK, I do have what's it called, broker that can help you no matter where you are in the UK to protect your income. If you fell sick or you play football, you hurt your leg, or you was at work, you got sick, and they're not giving you the sick pay, income protection will make sure that they still give you an income even though you're not being able to work. Again, that's another stress. The reason why I've got income protection is one time I was playing football, I hurt my leg, and my work could only pay me for 6 weeks, but I needed 12 weeks out. What ended up happening after 6 weeks, I had to go back to work, but I'm limping around, and I said, this pain is too much, and I need to find a way, and that's how I found about income protection. So next time, if I'm ever unwell, all I do is I go to the doctor signs me off, and then this income protection, this is insurance, still protect my income and still pay me even though I'm not at work. And that will help me be healthy, be fit before I resume work. And this is the whole point of my page, is just to provide peace, financial peace, because when you got money, everything, this whole world is about money. Yeah. When you're not stressed, you can do things better. So whether that is create a side income or create a business or just do better things in life, you can do that when you're thinking clearly. But if you're chasing debt or you're scratching and you don't know how you're going to get to work, don't know how you're going to eat, don't know how you're going to pay your phone bill, this is all stress. When you're in stress, you can't think, and then you're made to work jobs you don't want to work. You're made to do things you don't want to do, all because you're stressed. So we're just trying to alleviate stress. So income protection, my one is 25, 56 a month. Yeah. All you have to do is just send me a message in the comments or whatever, and I can get you my broker. He'll call you, email you, and find out how much you pay. It might not be up to that. It might be less. It might be a bit more if you're older. Whatever. Another debtor. Like I said, so many debts. Debt free. £29.80. Okay. Another debt. Debt for £2.50. Now the whole purpose of the debts, yeah. When you are, like I said, I will give you a tool that I'll add on my page so that you guys can download it and tell the debtors what you're gonna pay. Yeah. Imagine now, I've just say I've got like 20 debtors. Yeah. Imagine I agreed to pay what they wanted me to pay. So for instance, one debtor says, I want £100. Other debtor, £100, £100. 20 debtors, that's £2,000. How am I going to eat? But there's people, and I know this because I work with them, they will be paying their debtors. So they'll be paying debtors all their money. How do they get to work now? They don't. How do they eat? They're always begging and borrowing. Why? Because they're oversubscribed. They've oversubscribed with the debt. I know it's not good to have debt. This is why even my own daughter, she won't have no debt. I'll tell her not to take out debt. Everything will be paid for cash. You understand? But me, I didn't know this. I made my own mistakes. We're learning from. And that's why I'm sharing this page so other people can learn. Anyway, so, what was I saying? You tell them how much you're going to pay. Yeah? But first and foremost, what you want to do, you want to protect yourself first. This is called the 4 walls, yeah? I learned this from Dave Ramsey, yeah? Protect yourself. So first, foremost, is food. Yeah? There's nothing worse than going to work and you ain't got money for lunch. Yeah? Or coming home, there's nothing to cook. You have to make sure food is first before anything. Because if you ain't got food, you ain't got energy, you ain't got nothing. So food, you pay first. Next is shelter. Yeah? Because if you've got no house, how are you going to sleep? You need to be rested. You need food for energy. You need rest for energy. Yeah? Next is utilities. Water, gas, light. Yeah? That's your main water, gas, light. Because if you ain't got light, you ain't got heat, you can't even cook. All right? And the next one is food, shelter, utilities, and transport. Yeah? You need to be able to pick up your kids. You need to be able to get to work. You need to be able to go to football or gym. All right? So once you've got these 4 sorted, yeah, then you pay everything else. Yeah, so forget about debts for now. Tell them no. Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna show you and give you some templates that you can use that you can give the creditors. Yeah, so they can stop harassing you. All right, and you're gonna tell them how you're gonna £2,000. Yeah, you're spending, I don't know, £400 of it. Okay, shelter, you're spending £1,200. Utilities, gas, water, and electric, you're spending £300. Yeah, and transport, you on the bus, you spend £100. You total that up, 4, 12, 16, 19, 100. That's £2,000. That's your money gone. I'm sorry, creditors, I can't pay you. I can't pay you. You have to do this first. You have to protect yourself first. Okay. However, then that's when at least now you're at peace because you know you can get to work, you can eat, you can sleep, you're paying your utilities. Yeah. At least all of that is covered. Now, because you're at peace at that stuff, you can have the energy to do side incomes, you know? You can do Uber Eats. Yeah. You can do Deliveroo. Yeah. You can do Just Eat. You can do what's it called? I don't know, gardening. Like now is a good time of the year. You can clear leaves for people. Yeah, I've done this. Everything I'm telling you, I don't tell you things I ain't done. I tell you things I've done. Yeah, Uber Eats, in a car. You know, just say you're making, because you've got a full-time job. Let's say you're making an extra £100 a week, so that's £400. You know, Deliveroo, another £100 a month. You know, Just Eat, another £50. Garden work, just another £50. Yeah. That's 500, that's £600 you've made just from side incomes. Yeah. That can be used to pay the debt, you know. Okay, £600 you keep, £100 for your for savings, £500 goes towards the debt. Yeah. Yeah. But you don't start paying debt. You got £2,000 and this is how your food looks. Food 400, shelter 1200, utilities 300, transport 100. You don't have no money to pay the debts. So you have to tell them no. What are they gonna do? Take you to court. You don't have no money anyway. Okay? Yeah. But if now your budget looks like food is £200, okay, your shelter is £600, yeah, your utilities, because you live in a room or something, yeah, your utilities is £100, just say your phone and internet, and your transport maybe is £100, yeah, but you're still making £2,000. You got a bit more you got a bit more wiggle room, okay. So 200 plus 600 plus 100, that's two, that's four, that's £1,000. Yeah, you got £1,000 to pay your creditors, okay. But even so, what I would advise, and it's not even just my advice, you know, like I said, I do follow Mr. Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, yeah, is to get insurance, your life insurance, your income protection, your critical illness. Let's say all of that is £100 in, yeah. So you got your four walls that's protected, food, shelter, utilities, transport, that's sorted. You got your insurance, okay, and then now you make minimum payments, okay. That's why you see here, I've got debtors. I've got debtors, debtor one, debtor two. There's different amounts. You got £20 to one debtor. Debtor two, you got £5. Debtor three, 29.80. Debtor four, £2.50. Okay. So what you want to do, you want to make minimum payments. So this is what I decided. They didn't tell me how much. They did tell me how much they wanted me to pay, but I told them no. I'm going to tell you how much I'm going to pay. It's my money. Okay. Yeah. And I can give you the templates what I sent to them via email to tell them how it was going to go down. Okay. But I'll put in the description soon. Yeah, give me a couple of days, or you just message me and I'll send it to you. Okay, I just sent out the template to all of my debtors. Just say I had 20. I just told you this is how it's gonna go. You know, I make, just say on average 3,400. No, I make 5 grand. Just say I take home 3,400. Yeah, after my bills. Yeah, I pay myself first. You always pay yourself first. So imagine I pay myself £1,000. Yeah. Okay. Now I've got let's just for easier numbers itself, make 3,000 average, yeah? 3,000 take home. I pay myself £1,000. That means I've got £2,000 left, yeah? I pay all my food. My food is 350, yeah? My shelter is 600, yeah? My utilities is 400, yeah? And my transport is 200, okay? Yeah, I don't drive no more. I sold my car the other day, yeah? So that's 350, 600, 950, 10, 11, 12, 1350, 1550. So 1550 is my four walls covered, yeah? This is everything for those who are just coming in now. Your four walls, food, shelter, utility, transport, 1550, yeah? So now I've got 1450 remainder, yeah? I'm paying my insurances, okay? Life insurance and income protection, just say 50 quid, yeah? I've got £1,400. Then I'm paying my minimum payments. Yeah, my minimum payments, let's say my minimum payments is 150. Yeah, 150. That means I've got 1250 to pay towards debt every month. 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250. Good thing about it is that when I'm out of debt, that 1250 now comes back to me. And now I can put that into investments. I can start saving for retirement. Yeah, but for now, you don't want to be paying retirement. Okay, like I said, most people's income, they get their money, they're paying retirement. Yeah, they're paying all these creditors. They don't have no money for food. They don't. They're always struggling to pay money for rent. They're paying rent 1 week, 1 month, next month missing. Paying month utilities, they're behind. No, you're doing it in the wrong order. Okay, if you're in debt, you want to cancel your investments. Yeah, you want to tell your company, listen, I don't want to pay no more pension, no more. It's just an email, and they'll say, okay, no problem, thank you. That's what they said to me. I was paying retirement. I said no more. Okay. Once I cancelled that, that was like £400 back in my pocket. Yeah. You cancel your investments. Yeah. If you're in debt. Okay. Because the whole plan is getting out of debt first. All right. So you get your income. First thing you do, pay yourself. Food, shelter, utilities, transport. Pay that. Then insurances, life insurance, income protection, critical illness. Okay, next you want to pay minimum payments on your debts. Okay, minimum. Then anything extra you want to pay towards the smallest debt. So if I've got 1250 and my debt, like one of my smallest debts is £70, that's paid off today. Boom. The next smallest debt I've got is like £200, that's paid off today. Boom. Next one after that is 250, paid off today. Boom. Next one 400, paid off today. Boom. Next one 500, paid off today. Boom. That's it. I'm at peace. I ain't got no more money. However, I've saved £1,000 already. Yeah. I've paid my food, I paid my shelter, I paid my utilities, I paid my transport. Yeah. I've paid my insurances, life insurance, income protection, critical illness. Yeah. I've made all my minimum payments on all my other debts, and I've started knocking off the other debts. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So in a couple of months or years, that money will come back to me. I'll pay no more debts. And then that extra money I can start paying into retirement. And that's when you go back into retirement. Okay? But right now, everyone's trying to do, I'm not saying everyone, let me say myself. Right now, I was trying to pay investments, pay debts, pay house, and it weren't working. So you got to stick to the plan. Okay? All right, cool. Let's go back to my budget. So here, I don't know how much I made, but whatever it is, I took home £3,432. I'm from the UK. Student loan took out £199. This is coming to an end soon. I think I've got like 1,200 left, so that'll be cleared soon. One debtor, £20. I went Nando's yesterday. That was a little, £46. Sainsbury's, 11.54. Debtor 2, £5. Gym 38.99. Income protection 25.56. Debtor 3, 29.80. Debtor 4, 2.50. Okay. Where are we now? Debtor 5. Oh yeah, so many debtors, man. Don't be like me. Learn from me. Don't do debt. Don't do it. Debtor 5, 2.50. Okay. You want a new phone? Buy cash. Okay. There's Motorola's now. You can buy a 250 smartphone, 150 cash. You don't need no big iPhone. You know, if you want a new iPhone, save up for it and buy it. Yeah, you don't need no payment plan. It's just stress. When you can't pay, now everyone's having your phone go do-do-dim, do-do-dim. No, just buy the phone outright. Get this cheap, reliable phone, 150 cash. Get a SIM-only plan, £10 a month. Boom. Yeah, that £200 or £100 you're going to pay each month, you put that to your SIM-only plan. Yeah, and you pay off the whole year for the SIM only. Yeah, just pay it off. Boom. Or 2 years off. Boom. You pay 250 for the whole 2 years. You don't have to worry about your phone line getting cut off again. Yeah, that's what you do. All right. So you learn from what I've done and all these debts and stuff, and hopefully you can live prosperous. Okay. Now, where are we? EE. You see what I'm saying? £317.50. It's a lot of money for a phone. 2 brand new phones. And no, 2 phones. 317. You know, I can't wait to pay this one off. Yeah, that's too much money, man. Yeah. But like I'm saying, I'm just trying to give you the advice. The phone looks good now, but when you're paying 317 each month, it's not good. It's too much. Pay cash. Pay cash. Next, another debt. Debt of 6. How much we pay them? £8. Okay, if you're new here or just entering the live, we're just breaking down our income and how we're going to spend our money. Okay, so if you can see here, £1,000 I save to myself, give to myself, and all the rest student loan, 1 debtor, Nando's, Sainsbury's, another debtor, gym, income protection, debtor, EE, debtor, another debtor. And the reason why I'm moving them, showing all this stuff is to make myself accountable. Once I pay all these debts, I'm not gonna do this nonsense again, you know? Debtor 7,250. Debtor 7,250. Debtor 8. Debtor 8, 250. You know, where I'm from, yeah, we didn't really care about credit, yeah? I didn't care about credit. So I never used to use credit. But as soon as I got a job, yeah, I just found things were hard. Because before I never had a job, yeah? I let you do your own assumptions, yeah? But before I never had a job. And I was never out of money. But when I had a job, I found things were a bit a bit slow, you know? But all of a sudden, I was welcome to the world of credit, and people were willing to give me money. And I thought, why am I not going to take the money? I have no intentions of paying them back. That's why I took the money. That's why there's so much debt. But as I matured and realized, oh my gosh, yeah, you might take this money, but when you want to rent a car, they start saying no because your credit's poor. Or you want to get another job and they go, sorry, your credit's too poor. You're like, oh my gosh, if I'm going to do this world, then I've got to sort all this out. And that's why now we're coming back, you know. But hopefully by me sharing my story, you'll think twice and not go into debt. You understand? You won't take that money. If you want anything in life, you want to go on holiday, you want to buy a new phone, you want to buy a new car, save that money up and buy it. The borrower is slave to the lender, you know? So don't go into debt. All right. Pay cash. Okay, cool. So debt 8. What we got? Debt 8. 250. Okay. 8. 250. We're 8. 8. 250. 8. 250. Debtor 9, £5. All right. Debtor 9, £5. Landlord, ex-landlord, yeah. I had to move house because they started asking me for so much money, yeah. And I was like, that's why now I pay £600 towards my towards my rent, yeah. Because where I was paying I don't know, 1,200 quid. And then after 1 month, he said he's gonna go up to 1,500. I said no, thank you. You know, I need to leave, and I need to leave ASAP because Dave Ramsey. If you listen to Dave Ramsey, he says your rent should not be more than 25% of your income. Yeah, and obviously £1,500 a month was more than 25% of my income at the time. Yeah, I was only taking home £1,800. Okay, yeah, I was a loader. Yeah, a loader. You know, for the bins, the refuse. Yeah, I used to load bins. Yeah, and I used to take home £1,800, and my landlord was asking me for 12, 14, £1,200 to £1,500, whatever. It was increasing. I said nope. According to Dave Ramsey, that's bad business. So I need to leave. But because I terminated contract before time, then I had to owe them money, and I was willing to do that. So that's why I'm on a payment plan for them. Do you see? I told them how much they're going to pay. They wanted how much they wanted. I said, nope, that's not how it's going to go. I'm going to tell you how much I'm going to pay. Yeah? Because the whole purpose of you going to work is making money. And when you make money, you are the boss of the money. Nobody's the boss of you. You tell them how much you're going to pay. Okay? Because you don't need to be stressed. There's enough stress already just dealing with work. So you don't need to be stressed. You're going to tell them. And most people, they may be angry at the beginning, but they'll be happy for the payment if it's regular. Okay? So this is why I show these things, all right? So £25, all right? My child's activities and stuff, yeah? It comes up to about 268.28, yeah? Like I said, the rent is £600 now, yeah? Debtor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know, debtor 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Yeah. £23.91 for one debtor, £5.90 for the next debtor, 555, 5, 5, 5, 25, and the last one, £151, which was my final payment, okay, which I paid off today. So this one, I can now say bye-bye to this debtor. See you later. All right, because I paid it off in full, okay? So, yeah, guys, that's another video with me budgeting my paycheck, and I'll just do a quick summary and try not to ramble on too much, but okay. Focus, okay. So we took home 34.32 a month, student loan £199, debtor 1, 19.99, Nando's 46.35, Sainsbury's 11.54, debtor 2 £5, gym 38.99, income protection 25.56. Income protection is in case you're sick, you still get a sick pay for like 2 years. Debtor 3 £29.80, debtor 4 £2.50, debtor 5 £2.50, EE £317.50. That's too much money, man. I don't like that. I'm gonna pay that off as soon as possible. Yeah. So guys, try and buy your phones outright. Buy a cheaper phone, pay it off, £200, pay it off cash, buy a SIM only instead of getting these. Anyway, debtor 6, £8, debtor 7, £2.50. Okay. Debt 8 250, debt 9 £5. Landlord, ex-landlord, yeah, £25. Regarding that, I terminated my lease, yeah, because they were asking me for too much money. And just to be honourable, because you never know how life is, I might need them next time. I set up a standing order of £25 a month until I pay off the early termination fees, yeah. I could have just told them bye and see you later, but, you know, one day I'll be a landlord and I would want someone to pay me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, £25. Kids, you know, all their activities, 268.28. Rent 600. Debt of 10, 23.91. Debt of 11, 5.90. Debt of 12, £5. Debt of 13, £5. Debt of 14, £5. Debt of 15, £25. Okay? Those are just minimum payments. Okay? But before you get there, when you get your money, yeah, this is what you could do. Okay? You pay your food first. Work out how much you pay on food. You know, all you have to do is open your bank app, check how many times you spend on food, write it down. You know, one thing good about budgets is you tell the money how much you're going to pay. No one's going to tell you how much you budget on food. You know how much you spend on food. And then you just put in an envelope. And when you want to go shopping, you take out the money and you pay cash. Okay? Shelter, that's how much you pay on rent. Utilities, water, light, heat. Yeah? Transport, how much you pay to get to work. Whether that's parking, fuel, insurance, MOT, road tax, parking tickets, toll charges, you know what I mean? That's why I've now got a bus pass. Because my whole plan is being rich, being wealthy, yeah? And I'm looking at like my car that sits at the workplace for like 10 hours a day, I'm paying like £500 every month for it. You know? 150 on insurance, £25 for road tax, £50 for maintenance, servicing another £20, yeah? Petrol £250, parking £50, toll charge £80. For what? I just buy myself a bus pass or I walk. £200 a month. I'm saving £300. That goes back into my money. Okay? So you get paid. I got paid 3-4. Last year I was getting paid, maybe taking home maybe £1,800. Yeah? With the £1,800, what I did is when I was getting paid £1,800, I went to do a course, yeah, to learn how to drive lorries, yeah. So I was doing that. In my break, I would do my revision and everything, and then I got my license, and then from £1,800 take home, within about 3 months, I was taking home 3,000, 3,1, 3,2, all of that. So always try and improve your skills if you can in your meantime, yeah, so you can increase your income, okay? All right? And try and keep your costs low, all right? So just a reminder, food, shelter, utilities, transport first. You pay that. Then you want to pay your insurance. Then you make your minimum payments. Minimum. These are all minimums, okay? And then the leftover, I've got leftover something near there. I'll use that money to knock off the minimum, the smallest debt, yeah? So if the smallest debt was £100, I paid it off. The next smallest debt, £200, I paid it off. Next smallest debt, £300, I paid it off. Next smallest debt, £400, I paid off. That's it. All my money's gone. Next month we do the same thing. But now I've got no more of this, no more of this, no more of this, for example. And you take that money and you roll it over until you're no more in debt. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching. And I will get more organized soon. But for now, it's just about getting the content out, not overthinking it. And obviously, if I can help someone, even if it's a bit of a scramble, yeah, we move in it. All right, thank you. Said hi. I don't even know how to respond to the comments. Anyway, Baby Saja 72, welcome. Hi. Hi, back to you, okay? Thank you. All right, guys, any questions, hit me on the message, email, whatever it is, yeah? All right, bless.